Introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capability as standard moderators, but in addition they can manage blocked words and change chat. Right. We'll see what happens there then. Stop live. Right, whistles. This small whistle I'm going to shape first. I'm going to shape the mouthpiece. Cut this back. It'll all become apparent what I'm doing in a moment. Cut that off first. Make sure it still works. That's fine. Now I will have to cut it that way. More of a shape to it now. Oh, what's happening here? Right, and this is we're slowly making a whistle. Now I've got to try and shape this in a moment with the I'm going to actually be making a wood spirit onto here, so it's going to be a face. The face will be similar to this one, but obviously smaller. These are the bird houses that I make. So the actual face will look something like that. And I am going to be showing you in a bit how to make a whistle from scratch. Out of a stick. Just a normal stick like this. And make it into a whistle. This is a bigger one, obviously. So now I'm going to have to cut that one off as well. But I don't know if that's dried enough yet, we'll see. There you go. Might even have to sand that one off. I've got to cut that into a shape for the mouth as well. If you haven't got one of these saws, you can do it with a normal saw. Stand up and do this. That's as big as your whistle as you're going to want to get, really. Works well. Back in one moment. So right then, where was we? That's the mouthpiece for the, and I'm going to have to cut that one off actually. I'm going to cut that shape off a bit. This is all forming shape to do the wood spirit. Hi Tim, how are you buddy? I saw your Celtic knot, it looked absolutely wonderful. And now we'll put the knife, the glove on. And we'll be using the, I'm going to make a whistle in a moment, Tim. Same as I did the other day. In fact, let's see how we go with this, Tim. Wood spirit whistle. Yep, that's the blighter. In fact, I'll go and do this in my shed in a bit. This is just getting the bark off. Getting the bark off the stick. So I'll be able to do that much quicker in my shed with the Fordham. So I'll do that in a bit. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start from scratch. Let's cut a dowel first. This doesn't take very long at all. Cut it that big, that'll do fine. I didn't have a very good hold of that, did I then? Right, so we're going to, we'll be using that 9mm dowel. There's a 9mm drill. Right, let's zoom out a little bit. And let's start fresh. Right, I'm going to do this so I don't have any editing to do, or very little editing after I've done it, so keep up, bear with me, and we'll see how we get on. Should be very simple to do. And here we go. Right then, welcome to the channel everybody. I'm going to be making a whistle. It's going to be a standard whistle that you can anybody can make. You need a stick. Hopefully it's dry, not necessarily, it can be anything. 9mm drill. A 9mm dowel. If you don't have 9mm, whatever size dowel you use the same size drill. With this, I'm going to be just shy of that, so it just doesn't stick out the bottom, but you don't want it to go all the way through, that's what I'm saying. Usually you can mark this with tape. I'm not going to bother. I think it's about there, so this is probably 2.5 inches. So we're going to do this in the centre, roughly in the centre. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. So here we go. Drill out the centre, like so. See that? Doesn't even have to be in the centre. Now I'm going to cut a line down there straight, about halfway through the hole. So to do that, I'm going to do it on a scroll saw. You can use any saw that you want. So I'm going to cut it about there. I'll stop it there, see if the... No, not quite yet. About halfway through the stick, which is about Then you probably can't see that line very clearly, that line there. That's where I've cut through. Now I'm going to do a 45-degree angle to meet it. So you end up with a gap like that. You see that? So you end up with a gap like that. So now I'm going to cut through like that. And that piece just comes out like that. Okay? And as you can see there, you can see the hole that I drilled through there. Okay? Now, what I need to do now is get the dowel, put the dowel into the hole, which is a nice tight fit. Not extremely tight, but tight enough. See that? And now what we need to do now is on one side only of this dowel, we need to make a flat spot. You can do that with a knife, with a saw, any way that you want to. For this, I'm going to choose a knife. Quite simply, you just one side of it, just like that. Do it that way as well. Okay, so you've ended up with a shape like that. Then we're going to place it into the stick with that side facing upwards, with the one that you flattened on the top, up to that point. Obviously this is much too long, and you blow like that. You're going to have to cut that off, glue it in, then cut that off. So you apply some glue just to the bottom, put that in there, and there's your whistle. Okay. Hi Billy. New horizon above beyond. Well, I'm new here to this chat. How's everyone doing? You're very welcome, New Horizon. Don't forget to subscribe. Join the gang. And that'll be wonderful. Subscribe, like. All very friendly here. This is the big whistle I made. I'm going to make that into a wood spirit. This is a smaller one. And this is the one I've just made. All it is recap quickly for you that's just turned up. Drill a hole in the centre of the stick. Cut down there to halfway through the stick. A 45-degree angle, roughly 45 degree. Use the dowel. Cut a straight line across the dowel, see that? Carve a straight line on top of the dowel, so you end up with a dowel looking something like that. Place that into the hole with the gap at the top. And all you have to do is blow into the hole. Quite simple. And it's unfortunate, I've got a phone call to make now, so we'll see what happens, and I'll come back in a bit. Sorry about this, but things do get in the way. And I will be in my shed making a wood spirit whistle. I'll be turning this into a wood spirit. I'll be turning this into a wood spirit. 2 different sizes. So come back and join me for that. Thank you very much. And remember, sorry it's only a short one, but whatever you do, do it well, and I'll see you later.